Quick clap. See you later, suckers.
Such incredible style and features at such great value.
Go.
It's gonna feel like you stole it.
They'll never take us alive. Never.
And it's fun to pretend you did. Suzuki.
To new owners Renee and Dale, say hello to Fresh Carpet, Blinds and Rugs at Hamilton Carpet Court.
Part of the Ace Radio Network, 88.9 and 93.7 Mix FM.
14 degrees in Melbourne, showers and windy tomorrow, a top of 16. It's 5 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Tony Tardio. Fired up Premier Daniel Andrews has used question time to spruik the suburban rail loop. The opposition is pledging to use funding promised for the $34.5 billion project to repair Victoria's healthcare system if it wins the November election. Matthew Guy has promised to honour the $2.2 billion contracts already signed, but says the project would only be built if and when the state can afford it. But Premier Andrews warns the move will drive the state's finances further into the ground.
That's what leadership looks like. Actually building things that are important today, and every day that goes by they become more important. I'll tell you something else. They also get more expensive if you were to put them off, for instance. You need to get on, if you're the government of this state, Speaker, you need to get on and do road and rail.
But opposition leader Matthew Guy says healthcare should be the priority.
You can't get a train to hospital. You need an ambulance. There's no use having a train seat when you can't get a hospital bed. Andrews, his priorities is to get a train seat, to get a train to get to hospital. My priority is to give you an ambulance and a hospital bed when you get there. That's the choice.
One of Scott Morrison's closest confidants says the former Prime Minister should have taken his ministry proposal to Cabinet. Mr Morrison secretly swore himself into 5 portfolios between 2020 and 2021 and didn't tell most of his colleagues. He's now being urged to resign from the Parliament. Liberal MP Stuart Roberts says Mr Morrison should have been more transparent.
This was unwise. That's the whole point of Cabinet, is you bring things to Cabinet, you get the wisdom of all of your colleagues, and if Scott Morrison had brought that to Cabinet, my assessment would be that colleagues would say it's not needed. You don't have to do that.
The public servant who stood on the steps of federal parliament to announce the dismissal of the Whitlam government in 1975 has died at the age of 89. Sir David Smith read the formal proclamation that led to the ousted Prime Minister's now iconic response.
Well, may we say, God save the Queen. Nothing will save the Governor-General.
Sir David Smith remained official secretary to 4 more Governors-General and was knighted by the Queen in 1990. A 25-year-old man has been arrested after an elderly man's wallet was pickpocketed at the Glenroy RSL earlier this month. It's alleged the man took the wallet from the 86-year-old victim's rear pocket on August 3. Douglas Arthur says he believes the thief watched him win some money before he got robbed.
I was dumbfounded. It was me cards, me pension card, me seniors card, all me, your personal cards. I won, but he got it.
A person has died following a fatal collision near Shepparton this afternoon. It's believed a car collided head-on with a truck at Kyella West just before 1 o'clock. The driver and sole occupant of the car died at the scene and is yet to be formally identified. The truck driver suffered serious injuries and was treated by paramedics. In finance news, the share market up 19 points, the dollar buying 70.14 US cents.
Darren Groves knows the Hamilton property market. Call Darren at Groves Real Estate.
Collingwood's Jordan De Goey and Jack Inovan are both a chance to face Carlton on Sunday. Pies high-performance manager Jared Wade says scans have cleared Ginnivan of a hamstring strain.
Luckily, he's been cleared of any structural damage, which is really positive signs. It's kind of like the first box ticked as far as his prognosis goes. So that's really now we just go on the function and what he can do throughout the week. He was able to get into some train today. He's not at 100% yet. He's at around about 80-85%. A day off tomorrow to freshen up and is really and assess on Friday.
The Blues are confident Adam Cerra will be fit to play despite training away from the main group today as he battles adductor tightness. And North Melbourne caretaker coach Lee Adams is hoping Alistair Clarkson's connection as a former Kangaroos player will sway him to choose the club over rival Essendon. It's 5:05. That's the latest in news and sport.
If you have an unwanted tree that needs removing or trees that are encroaching on fence lines, Barco can sort it out. They're your local accredited professional team and one-stop shop for tree lopping and traffic management.
The next time you try a McCafe coffee, you'll be enjoying the delicious taste of Australia's most popular barista-made coffee. Just one of many reasons to try McCafe.
It's hard to believe that some people buy beds out of town. Makes you wonder if they've ever been to Beds. And if they know how good the staff are and the time they spend making their customers happy, shopping elsewhere is a bit silly, really. Beds of Portland. MixxFM's Business of the Month.
MixxFM, your official emergency broadcaster.
So if you're hitting the open road on your next outdoor adventure,
MixxFM
weather.
Ian Fox, Southern Grampians Livestock and Real Estate, property consultant for Portland and surrounds.
There's a strong wind warning for the west coast and a damaging wind warning for the southwest. Cloudy for the rest of your Wednesday with winds reaching 35 k's and an overnight low of 9 degrees. Cloudy again tomorrow with a chance of a thunderstorm and showers reaching a top of 15. Friday there'll be cloud about with rain in the evening and a top of 13. And Saturday cloudy with showers in the morning and Arvo, a high of 14. Tomorrow looking at a top of 15 for Hamilton and 17 for Warrnambool, Portland and the coast.
Harvey Norman Hamilton, your TV specialist.
At the moment it's 11 degrees.